Tag Show.
With Jenna and Blue.
Damn. Now, here's your host,
Jenna and Blue Magic.
It's good. You're listening and watching what?
The Mixed Tag Show.
With
Jenna
and
Azul.
hey.
Not Bob. Azul.
I ain't call you Bob.
You're gonna do it eventually.
No, I'm not.
All right. What's going on?
Why do you think the worst of me?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, because you thought I was going to call you Bob.
You are. Watch.
I'm not going to call you Bob.
You got Astro calling me Bob. Shout out to Astro for shirt.
What shirt is this?
BWO. Blue World Order.
We thought it fit you, like, it didn't fit you, like, really, really big.
Yeah. I got a shirt underneath this.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, when we looked at it, it was, like, huge.
Yeah.
But it's the thought that counts. Thanks, Astro.
I got you on points eventually if you can stop calling me Bob.
Wow.
How was your week?
Very, very short. Because it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Yeah.
So I had off from work.
Yeah.
Right? And I got out of work today at like 4 p.m. So I'm super excited.
Did you? I didn't know that. I'd have bothered you sooner.
Don't bother me. Tomorrow I'm flying to where?
Wait, first, you know what I realized?
What?
You know what I heard?
What?
Is it true you bankers get paid on holidays?
Yeah.
Hmm.
What do you mean?
I didn't expect that. I'm sorry.
Holiday pay? Yeah, because if you think about it, right? I was supposed to work on Monday, but the holiday fell on there, so we get paid holiday pay.
Interesting.
You know, so
When I used to do 9 to 5, they didn't pay me on holidays.
I'm sorry.
Hmm.
You okay?
My feelings are hurt.
Yeah, well, tough noogies. Anyway, tomorrow I'm heading off to Phoenix.
Yeah, you are.
I am so excited.
Even though you didn't invite me, this was called.
Blue, would you like to come?
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's okay.
How about me and you? We head to another show or something like that, huh?
What show?
I don't know. You know, it's kind of like when you...
We're going to be on White Plains like the day after my birthday, but I'm not going to White Plains.
Let's go to White Plains.
I'm not going to White Plains.
Why not? Let's go.
Depends what I do that weekend.
Okay, but if you're not doing anything, let's go.
I don't know. I might have plans.
When's the last time? With who?
None of your business.
Oh.
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 Wow, my feelings are hurt.
How? Well, the weekend plans you might be invited to.
I might be invited to?
It's a might because I don't know if I'm going to do it or not.
But then the words are for you to say you're invited to, but I'm not sure if I plan on doing it.
Okay, that's a lot of words.
Did I or did I not invite you for my birthday?
Of course you did. That's
okay,
why I said,
and
if
then
this
so
happens,
what? So what?
You're invited. If it doesn't happen, I'm going to invite you to something that doesn't happen.
Let me tell you something. I feel like when people listen to this, they realize who's the better friend.
How?
You realize how
I just said if it happens, I will invite you. If it doesn't happen, I can't invite you. There's nothing to go to.
Over the year or so that we've known each other, I would say we gotten really, really close, right?
We have.
Like really, really close.
We have.
So, but yet you treat me like caca.
How?
Like this.
How?
Anyway, let's start with the show.
I just said if it happens, you're
week,
invited.
Blue?
If it doesn't happen, how can I invite you to this? Okay, I'm going to invite you anyway. You can be out there by yourself. How about that?
You would leave me out there in Jersey by myself?
It's not in Jersey. The plan's not for Jersey anyway.
Yeah, it better not be. Anyway.
Are you excited for your Phoenix trip?
I am. When I land, I'm going to chill out a bit. Shout out to Astro. Because he'll be one of the few friends that will be out there early.
Those are invited.
I'm sorry? Oh, okay. So we're going to go to Access, and I'm going to go to Access. Yeah. And I'm going to go see the man, Becky Lynch. It'll be my second time seeing her, so I'm super duper excited.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'm really, really excited for the weekend.
I know you said that 4 times already.
I'm really, really excited. How was your week?
It was all right. Didn't really do anything major.
Look at you.
Did I? No, I didn't do anything really major.
Okay. What are the plans for this weekend?
Hmm?
What are the plans? Any plans?
Family events.
Okay.
Family events.
Okay.
Maybe a night out in the city. Maybe, you know.
Okay, so you're not wearing a WWE shop shirt. By the way, before we even get into that, shout out to the Jobbers Tears podcast. I was on their Big Four.
Yeah?
Yeah, so you know.
I was tuned in, but you didn't shout me out.
But they didn't let me know. But I saw after.
You shot me out one time, I'm not going to lie.
I shouted you out twice. When I say the show, our podcast, I say shout out to Blue. This is what I'm talking about. I'm always down.
I just corrected myself
always
and said
down
you shouted me out one time. I didn't see the other time because I was like out and about shopping.
You didn't care. So you're not wearing a WWE shop shirt.
I think this isn't a WWE shop.
It isn't.
It's not no more?
Nope. It's not a WWE shop shirt. But it's okay. I'm wearing a WWE shop shirt.
You always hold us down. I know
right?
Everybody's asking, is Blue jumping shit?
Is that's what the people are saying?
If you like her shirt and you would like to purchase any other WWE merchandise, you can head over to our Instagram at Blue Magic Grind, spelled how it sound, or at
Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE,
or at the Mixed Tag Show. Click on the link in the bio, or you can click in the description and see that link down there. And
if you don't do it, you just made the list. Get it? Because Jericho.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna do that again. Definitely this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was good times though. That's the one thing about Jericho. He always knows how to reinvent himself.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a dope MCM that we posted? The one when he came back?
Yeah.
In 2012. Did he have you going then?
Yeah, he did.
Did you expect him to be a heel?
No.
Yeah.
When I seen that, I was like, what?
But the fans still ate it up. I mean, towards the end, they were like, all right, but they were still.
Like, yeah, what? Like, you still want us to cheer? Like, it's been like 5 minutes, dude.
That promo, I had to cut it. It was legit 12 minutes.
Yeah, him just saying nothing.
Yeah! Anyway, shout out to WWE Shop, as always, for lacing us. And shout out to Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. Head on over to their website. It's also provided in our link, in our bios and description box on YouTube. Type in our code TMTS for special savings.
Simple 4 letters. TMTS, the Mixed Tag Show.
Wow.
Also, you could be a whole new year, new me with On It.
On It.
Supplements and equipment to help support your workouts.
Yo. Feed this though.
Oh God. She's okay. She's back on
my workout flow, you heard?
When you purchase more than $125, you get free shipping. And just like the other, use our code TMTS.
Boom. All right. So, ready for fantasy update? Go ahead.
We don't really.
Nope. Go ahead. We're not gonna do it this week.
See, that's why you're not calling me Bob. We're gonna leave the suspense happen.
Yes.
Until next week's show when we announce the winner.
The winner. So we're gonna combine these points.
Season 2.
And one I was
the Mixed Tag Show.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry.
WWE Fantasy.
Yo, your face right now. Anyway, yeah, I was actually pretty lazy to put the points together, but I think it's good. You might as well.
It's good to, even if you did, I would have suggested us to just like wait it out.
Exactly.
It's like
it's the end.
Royal Rumble weekend is like
that's it.
Because I was like, act like, yo, who's the definite winner? Is there one? You're like, yes, Petty Club. I'm like, but there's only 400 points. A lot can happen between NXT and Royal Rumble.
That's very true. But
you're trying to get the prize together.
Yeah.
I gave you the dope idea. That'd be dope.
Joey wanted me to tell him, and I'm like, nah, I want you to be shook.
Right.
So, yeah. So
we'll
see.
Wait, are we gonna have it shipped to us and then show it and then ship it out, or are we gonna just ship it out?
I don't know. We can discuss it like over the weekend or whatever.
I think we should have it first, and then so we can take a picture of it, let it be on the show. Like, hey, look what he won, and then ship it out.
Yeah, but if he watches and he's not gonna be as shook, right?
Oh man.
Well, let's figure it out. We'll iron out the details. But
where does Joey live?
Well, I don't want to.
State.
In Massachusetts.
Oh man.
What's wrong?
Sometime come to the show, we can find out together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, Joey does drive out here. He does long drives, so.
Yeah, maybe he'll come out for the show. If he wins,
I don't think he would.
We're definitely discounting out Kev though. Like,
Right.
It's not Kev. TK Crew is.
Oh, TK Crew. Oh yeah, because he's in second place. Definitely not Kev. Kev is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wait, that's not Kev.
Kev ain't nowhere. Anyway, but shout out to everyone that participated in this past season, and shout out to the new participants and old ones, Astro, and the new one following Royal Rumble.
The Mixed Tag Show, WWE Fantasy Season 3. That was just for the fantasy. That's not the draft. We did have our draft though.
So yeah,
we didn't record it this time, but it was a lot of fun.
Shout
out to everybody that's involved. We'll announce those people next week.
Yes, and we got the stable's names and pictures and what have you.
Yep.
Awesome sauce. Anyway, are you ready for predictions?
Sure.
All right, so we're gonna start off with NXT Takeover, Le Phoenix.
This shall be very interesting.
So we have a singles match between Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno.
Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
You too?
Yep.
Okay.
Are you logging that in?
Yeah. I had to switch them around.
What?
And now we have the NXT Tag Team title match. Because I was putting initials.
Yeah.
So I put my initial first, then your initial. It looked kind of weird, so I flipped it. So now, think about it for a minute. My initial, then your initial. So now, we're going to NXT Tag Team match.
Why are you such a guy? Like
title match. The Undisputed Era, who are the champions, are going against the War Raiders. Who do you got?
I'm gonna still keep it to Undisputed. I feel like I know that War Raiders are probably gonna get a push, but I'm gonna keep it to Undisputed.
I'm gonna go with War Raiders.
All right.
I'm sorry, bros. Don't kill me.
Yeah, well.
NXT.
See who's actually undisputed, huh?
I'm always undisputed.
Well, apparently not.
Yes, I am, but I have to be. I have reasons for this.
Apparently not.
The NXT North American title match: Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano.
I'm gonna go with Johnny.
I think so too.
Alrighty.
Why?
Ah, jinx.
You owe me a Pepsi.
What, water?
No,
Okay.
it's Pepsi. You don't watch The Office?
Yeah. But
I'm putting it on like I'm still in season like 6. I'm still trying to catch up. Don't judge me.
it's okay.
Anyway,
I had to watch. I watched during like towards the end of the actual show, so I had to get caught up around that time. Anyway, the reason why I say Johnny is just because for the fact I feel like him and Ciampa are slowly making their way back to each other.
destined to rule
Yes.
NXT.
Exactly, with both the major titles in NXT. So imagine they collect that and tag. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
Evil DIY.
Yes, and I think Ricochet is good at chasing,
Yeah. It hasn't been as much impact as him.
even though it just goes back to what we say every week. 1 minute a champion's on, 1 minute this person's on, then they're not.
Right.
So we couldn't really get the real feel of him as a champion, like his reign as that. So, but after that, we have the NXT Women's Title match: Shayna Baszler, which is she's the champion, versus the EST of NXT, Bianca Belair.
I'm going Bianca on this one.
I gotta go with Bianca. I'm so mad. Shout out to the WWE shop. We love you, but I'm mad.
You still waiting on that shirt?
Yes, I'm gonna wear Undisputed. Like, shout out to Undisputed, but I wanted to wear her shirt.
I mean, you probably find one there.
Yeah, but you know how much? Never mind.
You and your crew wear Undisputed a lot to NXT events. I've realized that.
What's the problem?
Just making an observation.
You wear Undisputed as well.
That's because we're Undisputed.
So what are we?
I don't know. You never named yourselves.
Okay.
It's not Undisputed.
Okay. Okay. Well, I could have worn Velveteen.
I'm just saying. Just observation.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Right,
listen,
right,
because
right.
you're over here. What are you trying to imply?
I'm just saying.
The NXT championship.
Come up with your own name. I'm gonna go.
Tommaso Ciampa as the champion versus Aleister Black.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Yes, because of the point that we made, and I feel like Aleister is going to get called up.
Nah, he has one more feud in his pocket.
With who?
I think. with Gargano when he went to the North American
Didn't they
title.
have a feud?
Yeah, it got cut short. He never got him back for taking him out.
All right. Well,
Wait, that was the match that they had at
Takeover.
Yeah. Maybe one more with the Dream.
Anyway, we're moving on to Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble.
All right. So on the kickoff show, we have the United States Championship, Rusev Day versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Who is winning this?
Rusev.
Same.
Oh, Shinsuke. WWE Cruiserweight Championship Fatal 4-Way match. Kalisto versus Tozawa versus Atami versus Bobby Murphy.
Bobby Murphy. Yes, I think Buddy Murphy will retain.
Yeah. Shout out to R-Truth. He's hilarious.
Because you know what I see? Like I said, I foresee him and Leo competing, maybe at Mania. I think that'd be a dope feud.
Yeah, this is gonna make it on the pre-show again.
Yeah, I know. And I said this on the Big Four podcast. Like, there's a lot of talent there, right? And a lot of people like, again, now everyone loves Mustafa Ali, right? He was doing that on 205 Live, right? And it's the same thing with Buddy Murphy. Leo, you see him obviously just because he's on Raw, but you don't actually see his talent. Kalisto is very, very good too, but I'm just like, the Lucha House Party thing is wearing me thin, you know. And just again, you have so much talent there that people don't realize that's there. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I just think Leo and Buddy going at it will bring some attention,
some fire.
Exactly. So I can see that.
SmackDown Tag Team Championship match: The Miz and Shane McMahon versus The Bar.
I don't know. I forgot who I chose.
The Bar.
I'm gonna say The Bar.
Miz and Shane. I don't know.
I'm gonna go Listen, I'm gonna go with The Bar. I personally don't care about this feud, but I'm gonna go with The Bar.
I don't know who to pick. I don't know.
Hurry up.
I'll go opposite, just cause.
Just cause. All right, what do we have up next?
WWE. This is all wrong. Yeah, WWE Universal Championship match.
The order that you placed it in?
Yeah, it's the order I wanted. I thought it again.
Okay.
WWE Universal Championship match: Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar. Brock. Because he's not bringing out the demon for whatever reason.
Or maybe he was trolling us.
And he's gonna bring out the demon anyway.
He has to. And I find it odd. I'm like, how you figure you relied on the demon too much?
You've seen it once.
Well, we didn't see it once. We saw it like at least 3 times.
No, I'm saying once in a year.
Yeah. So it's just like, what do you mean you relied on it too much?
2017, he came out like twice. Mm-hmm. And in 2018, he came out once.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah, bring him out. Anyway. Oh, this guy. What's next? It's different not looking at it from
SmackDown Women's Championship match: Becky Lynch versus Asuka.
I'm conflicted on this one. I don't know. I guess I'm assuming Asuka will retain. Because my thing is, if Becky,
I have a theory.
Are we gonna discuss it now, or are we gonna discuss it during SmackDown?
We have to discuss it now. It's during Royal Rumble.
Don't talk to me that way. I just feel like Becky is gonna find her way in that match with Ronda.
This is my theory.
Talk to me.
Becky wins.
Okay.
Becky and Charlotte help Sasha to win. Ronda wins the Royal Rumble.
Blue, I am going to be there. I'm going to be I will be in that baseball field crying. Either crying tears of joy or crying because I'm extremely depressed.
Why are you depressed?
What do you mean? If she loses, like you're gassing me up.
You're programmed to know that she's gonna lose, but this is a what if.
She is
happens.
Gonna lose. Anyway, whatever.
This is what I'm saying. So Ronda wins the Royal Rumble, and then challenges Becky at WrestleMania.
And what about Charlotte? What happens if Charlotte
Charlotte's gonna find her way in there. They're gonna get a 3-way. They have months to figure it out. They're gonna figure it out.
And you think they're gonna let Sasha be a double champion?
Well, I don't think she's gonna win the world. I don't think they're gonna win the tag team titles. think it's gonna happen to the Riot Squad.
God, well, she has to win something.
That's why she's gonna win the women's title, and the Riot Squad's gonna win the tag team
What happened
titles.
to Boston Hug?
They're gonna be in a competition. They're just gonna win. That's just my theory. Who am I though? Anyway, Becky Lynch or Asuka? Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Asuka.
I'm gonna go with my theory, just for fun.
I hope so. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right.
But this is WWE, and we're talking about logics and statistics.
Next up, WWE Championship match: AJ Styles versus the current WWE Champion Daniel Bryan.
The new
Daniel Bryan.
The new Daniel Bryan.
You're gonna go with the new Daniel Bryan? I am going to go with the new Daniel Bryan as well. Raw Women's Championship match.
I'm going Sasha.
Sasha Banks versus Ronda Rousey, the current champion. My heart wants Sasha to win and finally get her moment.
I'm going Sasha.
But my brain is telling me Ronda Rousey will retain. So I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. I will be more than happy to be wrong. Like, I would be very happy that I'm wrong, but I am going to go with Ronda Rousey.
Women's Royal Rumble. I'm not going to name all these names, but Carmella comes in at number 30.
Yes.
We don't know who comes at number 1.
Who do you have?
Ronda Rousey. I'm going my theory all the way.
Yeah, I guess you have to. On that note, I am going to go with Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble for the women.
I think it's going to be a riot.
I hope so. I will be there booing the beep. Yeah, exactly. Out of sis. Not because of her, like you say, the principle.
Yeah. Men's Royal Rumble. This is one I kind of like.
We know that R-Truth is coming in at 30, probably end up somewhere but there.
He probably end up at 30 in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Coming out with Carmella. And Carmella like, no, this is my 30. And he comes out at number 1 for the men's. Like, no, this is number 1. Oh, okay. And then number 30 comes up and is like, where's R-Truth? And he's in the crowd eating popcorn or some shit.
Did you just curse?
Nope.
Okay.
I said shit.
Okay. Just making sure.
I caught myself.
All
I started. I said shh.
All right. Just making sure. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins winning. Wow.
I don't want him to win.
Why?
Because I feel like it's somebody that needs it that should win.
I don't think it's someone that...
Andrade.
I would love to see Andrade win, but I would love to see him get a mid-card, and then let's say next year, this whole year, just keep up his momentum, and then next year.
Samoa Joe.
Okay. I like Joe.
I'm just saying people's random names. Drew McIntyre.
That's Drew is another reasonable pick.
I think I'm going to go with Drew.
I just think you need someone to face Brock, right? And obviously it's going to be face versus heel. It's time for Seth to challenge for the Universal Championship.
Okay.
Oh? No?
I'm going to go with Drew.
Alrighty. So,
because he could play the heel. And
didn't I tell you do not put all these segments in for Raw?
I didn't put all the segments.
You put all the segments.
I didn't put all the segments. I put 5.
Do you want to discuss all of this?
No, I just wanted to shout out one of them because it was a very good match.
So then why did you put all of them then?
It's not all of them.
But you don't want to talk about everything on here.
I just said, just want to shout it out. Just remind me to shout it out because it was a very good match.
Alrighty, so we're going to my show, Raw, as you put it, and the show starts off with Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, then Vince McMahon came out, right?
Yeah.
And then he told the story
I put
about
Triple H. I don't know why I put Triple H. I was reading something else and put Triple H.
And he told the story of David and Goliath.
Oh, snap. Wait. No, this was to be taken out. Those things. Woo.
Anywho, yeah, so whatever Finn came out, what did you think of that segment?
Did
you believe in Finn? Do you think Finn is going to win? Now, even though we know Brock is going to win, but is it believable that Finn can beat him?
No, not if he's not the demon.
Okay.
If he's a demon, he got a shot. The demon is undefeated.
Yeah.
But if he coming out as Finn the man,
yeah, I
don't believe, bro.
You know what it was? It's not that I don't believe in him because I'm a big fan of Finn, and I think you are.
I am too.
A big fan as well.
I don't believe in
them pushing him the way exactly.
Nah.
So I just think that I believe in him. I just don't believe their belief in him.
Because even the match was like forced in a way. Because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
He suplexed him outside. You didn't call DQ. When he gets in the rings, when you call DQ.
And I don't know. I don't know if I wasn't paying attention or I turned my head, but when I saw that, did the ref not see it?
He saw it. It blatantly happened. Like Brock caught him.
Yeah.
And just
so that's why I was thinking. I'm like, yo, is this no DQ?
That's what everybody was thinking. Like, okay, so there's no disqualification, and then he disqualified him later for F5 of him. He was like,
yeah.
So DQs are back on. We're playing 2K19, and you can turn it on
and off when you want. Yeah, I just and Braun was there. It was just like, all right. He's like, some way, somehow, I'm gonna face you. I'm like, well, that's what the Royal Rumble's about.
Right.
It's to try to win that and face him, but whatever.
And then too, Braun said, "Oh, I know I could beat him, bro. Win."
Exactly.
You had like 3 chances already, and he got demolished.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I mean, I'm happy for Finn, but again, it's just we know what the situation is going to be.
Yeah.
So.
But okay. Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush came out. Lio. Okay.
Okay.
Presented Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
With the IC title.
Yes.
And we got a surprise from Apollo.
What did you think?
Of the segment?
Yeah.
It was good. I like that segment.
I did too. It finally showed personality from Apollo Crews. You know what I think he needed? Like, it's just when you tweak your look.
Right.
Facial hair.
Right.
Like, he grew out a beard.
He had that for a while.
I understand he had it for a while, but you know when he first came, like, I could never connect to Apollo. Like, I know he has a good look.
Right.
But he comes out there smiling and cheesing and what have you. And I couldn't just get with it. So when I saw eventually he started growing out his facial, like his beard or what have you, then I'm like, okay, so it's a better look. Yeah. But he still comes out smiling and stuff, but this is the first time I've seen him really have personality in this segment. And he got a reaction. When has he ever got a reaction? I'm not trying to be shady, but
no, he was working the crowd.
Yeah. So
for the moment he walked out in the curtains and he came out like he was like everybody's like, oh, he's came here to clown you, like
exactly.
Okay.
And then Bobby and Lio has hit a stride.
Right.
Right. So now you know that they're gold together.
Yeah, and they had a decent match, and
yeah, it was okay.
It was decent. That's decent.
Okay.
It was not like spectacular.
Yeah.
It was decent.
But it's just my thing is, again, what are we trying to do with Apollo? Like, over the past, couple of months or so, he
comes out. And
it looks like you're trying to push him, but you're not doing anything by letting him win.
I would love this to, again, flip a switch. Like, all right, I'm tired of taking L's. Kind of how Andrade was when he was in NXT.
I would love to see a feud between them, and then eventually Apollo take the IC title, because he's legit a mid-card wrestler. Right? Bobby is at the upper card, right? So this is a good feud to help elevate Apollo, let him win, and do his thing.
Are you suggesting Apollo have his WrestleMania moment?
Sure, why not? Why not? Right? We expect the same people: Seth, Brock, Roman when he is here, or what have you, AJ, exactly. All these people have the same. Ronda. You know, it'd be nice to see Apollo have his moment. I would love to see him with
Zack Ryder did. Only make it last longer.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Speaking of Miss Bliss, here's a moment of bliss.
Yes.
I'm tired of these segments. I know this is your girl now, but I know this is your girl now.
You out here throwing.
You was bigging her up. Oh, she put that fit together. I seen that on Twitter. Like,
what do you want me to do? I'm not gonna hate. She's a pretty girl. When they give her a nice look, she looks pretty. I'm not a hater. You know, like she put her fit together.
But nah, like these segments are getting annoying.
They
don't bring nothing.
This moment of bliss thing is not for her. She's
it's not the highlight reel.
she's great on the mic. This is not it for her. Some people can host talk shows. It's not her. That's not her thing. And it's not even the fact that it's not her thing. The segments that they're also putting, like, it's trash.
Like even all of them coming out to clean it during the Royal Rumble.
It was just a way to avoid a battle royal.
Right.
Like,
and then her announcing at the end. I did like how they brought out.
Yeah.
I like how they brought out Lacey Evans.
Yeah. Now, do you think she turned face there? Because a lot of people saying that was her face turn.
Who?
People on Twitter.
Whose face turn?
Alexa.
Where? Like what? Why are you touching my board?
Alexa, was that her face turn?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You're going to have two blondes as heels?
This is nothing new. Like, they've done this.
Yeah, but it looks like Lacey is going to have a push this year. I think
That's fine. They can have friction. Then doesn't mean that Alexa's going to be face.
I don't know. People were making it out to seem that this was her face turn. Especially the face.
They love her too much. This is what they're waiting for. This is all she said was, "Oh, I'm entered in the Royal Rumble."
She got a pop,
That's
and then
fine.
Lacey came out and said, "Well, yo, you know what? I may actually mess with Lacey. I think she's funny as hell, and she's
Gotta
a
watch
troll."
Glow. That's the character. I'm trying to find who else watch Glow. That's the character on Glow.
Okay, but she's
it's dope.
yeah. I'm not saying anything if it is
I'm trying to find somebody that watches Glow so they can be like, "Yo,
I
know who you're talking about."
Well, you never want to hang out with me, so.
Because you don't like to come to Jersey.
Why can't you come to Queens?
I come to Queens all the time.
Oh?
I was in Queens like 3 weeks ago.
With who?
At the baby shower.
Oh, okay.
You knew that.
I didn't know it was in Queens. I thought
Yes,
it was.
I did. I told you. I thought it was. No, you know what happened? I thought it was in Brooklyn until I was getting ready to leave the house.
Was it that day it was raining really?
Yes. And I told you, I'm like, oh, this joint is in
and
Queens.
it was the Jobbers podcast
Yeah,
we were supposed to go. It was raining.
And I told you I couldn't make both because I thought it was in Brooklyn.
Anyway, I think I'm gonna mess with Lacey, because in NXT I couldn't really.
They didn't give her
enough time. One, and her skills in the ring, I couldn't really judge. But she's just like the way she trolls people, and she's just her demeanor and everything.
Right. The Southern
I like
Belle.
The Southern Belle thing. Well, not even the Southern Belle thing, but just the whole, like, the working woman and do what's right by your man type persona. Anyway, but yeah, that was a moment of bliss, and then we had the main event. There's a lot of controversy going with this.
First of all, I know you was happy because Sasha was there, but they gotta stop putting Ronda in these main event pictures.
So who was gonna be in the main event this week? You wanted Brock and Finn?
They could have been there. They could have been because we won't see Brock often. We could have seen.
Oh, come on.
We could have had. There's different ways they could have done this. I just think that.
I don't think Brock deserved. I think more people are interested. I think more people are interested in Ronda versus Sasha than. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people are invested in this. Ronda and Sasha feud. That's why it finished off the night.
I know they are, but I'm just saying that this is not the first time Ronda has closed out the night.
I understand that, but yes. Sasha.
Who was invested in Ronda versus Natalya?
I understand. I'm not knocking what you're saying, but I was fine with this, especially.
I know you were.
Especially since again Sasha owned Ronda on the mic. What did you think about Ronda's promo?
So I wanted to talk about that later because I found out something about Ronda. So now I kind of feel sympathetic towards it.
Well, we'll touch back. Is it in Hot Topics?
Yeah, it is in Hot Topics.
So we'll touch on it. But what did you think of the promo?
It was cool. That's what I'm saying. That I feel like I'm like.
Okay.
My opinion unchanged because of what I read.
Okay.
Or I saw. I'm like.
Okay.
Huh. But it was cool. I mean, she stumbled her words a little bit, and then when she got fiery, it came out a little bit better, and then she rushed out.
I don't see my thing, and I've read like Bubba Ray was saying that he felt the promo, and I'm like, you felt the promo? Like, I think people get it confused. Like, yeah, you were fiery and passionate. She was fiery and passionate throughout the whole thing, but it didn't make sense. The promo. You said that Sasha was underappreciated. She deserves it. This and that and third. But then you question her desire, and she's traveling the world like this persona of the legit boss.
Yeah.
You can't be the biggest fan of someone and say that their work ethic, this and that, and then say where's her desire when she's there more than you are. Right. Not to say that Ronda doesn't show up and what have you, but Ronda hasn't done meet and greets and what have you.
Right.
Right. She's not at every live show. There's sometimes she's not even on
Raw.
On Raw.
Right.
Sasha is. Right. So I thought that promo was definitely all over the place, and maybe my opinion would change once you tell me that. But what did you think of Sasha's promo?
I mean, the legit boss is here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Finally they letting her be her.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
And I love the fact, because even with the WWE Raw exclusive, like the Fallout,
right.
and they interview Sasha and Bayley, more so Sasha because obviously she has the match. I love that Bayley's playing Robin to Sasha's Batman.
And she's not about to say that she does a very great job at it. And even in the ring, like, Bayley's more aggressive.
Yes.
And, like, Bayley and Sasha is more aggressive together.
Exactly.
And, like, certain things that Ronda used to get away with.
Yeah.
They're tagging her on it. Like, and I was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah. Well, like, what are you referring to?
Like, when Ronda gets hyped up and then try to attack somebody with punches, and then Sasha kicked him in the neck. I was like, oh.
Yeah. See,
that put you down quick.
See, this is what I'm.
And even with Bayley, when she hopped in, it was just like the tag team moves were like.
And it just shows, like, even though this obviously is scripted and there's people producing the match or what have you, but it just shows how talented Sasha and Bayley are.
Right.
Because they know how to be ring generals. And Natalya too, or whatever. It was a good match from all participants. But it just shows, okay, I did my research, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's scared or back down from Ronda. No, we're not going to do that.
Right.
And she met her match.
Right. They did quick tags to make sure she stayed in the corner and
I definitely dig the main event, the match, and like I said, Sasha's promo was fire.
Definitely.
And then when after they won, and she came back still in the ring, and I'm like, I'm not backing down. Or how she was like talking crap on the
ramp,
on the rope or whatever, just not backing down and getting under Ronda's skin, right? And I think that's a different animal she hasn't come against since she's been in the WWE.
And this is why I'm interested in this dynamic, just seeing how Bayley interact with this.
Yeah.
Because now I feel like Bayley's starting to have an edge to her. So when they finally do the 4 Horsemen versus 4 Horsewomen, do we see our 4 Horsewomen as the heels?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the way it's like, or do we have a situation where it's like, there's no lines, like heel or face, it's just them two.
The lines are just going to get blurred.
Right.
I mean, it has to be that, or that the WWE 4 Horsewomen are going to be faces. I can't see how you would make, the homegrown, you know what I mean, be the heels when you, and especially Shayna's really good at being a heel. I can't see her being a face.
I meant to tell you this earlier when we was watching like the promo she had with Bianca.
Yeah.
She is. I think she took it better than all of them. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan. Remember, I didn't like Shayna, and I was like, yeah she's green.
Yeah.
Give her some time when she's doing the Young Classics.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like,
I mean, you're not the first person to say that. I see a lot of people coming around on Shayna. For me, it's not there yet, but I can give credit where it's due that she's progressed. And again, that's the whole point of NXT is to hone in on your skills and progress. But going back to the Sasha and Ronda thing, it was controversy. You saw my tweet that went viral.
So we're gonna get to that. Let's rate Raw, and then we'll get to the poll question.
Oh, you're gonna put it as the I didn't see you put it as a poll question.
Yeah,
I thought
it
you
was
gonna
a poll
continue that. Okay, cool.
So how did you rate Raw?
I gave it a B-.
I gave it like a C+.
Why?
It was cool, but it's just like you said, the opening with Finn and Ron didn't really tag on for me. The tag teams didn't really tag on for me. Like, you had Heavy Machinery come out to squash Ascension, so basically just flip flopping. Like, this is gonna be a new, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it was missing for me in Raw.
Yeah.
Like the moment of bliss. Like what? Like it was just.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I think I rated it a little bit higher just because there were good moments, such as I enjoyed the Bobby and Apollo thing. I enjoyed the main event. The opening segment, it was okay. It could have been more. And the funny thing is, we didn't talk about the whole Seth promo. How it was a good promo. I just didn't like that he used Martin Luther King. If you're gonna, at the end of the day, if you're gonna use someone like that it has to come from someone of color. And, Seth
This is why they have Titus O'Neil. This is your spokesperson.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
You could have had him come out and do a promo.
Yeah. I mean, Seth is half Mexican, so I'm well aware there's color in him, but let's keep it 100, right? There's certain people that gravitate to certain sides or what have you. Seth Rollins wasn't the person to make that comment. However, he saved it with just making his promo wound up being very relatable, right? Especially in the town that they were in, right? Just a small town, and how he could have been just like everyone else, what have you, if it wasn't for his passion for wrestling. So it was a cool, moving promo, just that first part. And like you said, WWE does a really good job with
the video graphics. They always on.
They always knock the ball out of the park when it comes to things like that.
That's facts. Yeah. And even Vince, I still don't get this. Vince says this every year. That Martin Luther King Jr. is his hero. He tweets this every year. Like, seriously. He said this last year.
Oh, my God.
And he said it this year. And I'm like, really? Really?
Gotta love Vince McMahon.
I mean, I don't know the guy personally, so maybe he is. But maybe he interpreted things a little bit different than what we do.
Yeah, but if someone is your hero and someone like that is your hero, you wouldn't do the stuff that you do, So I can't. But whatever.
I'm trying to avoid saying, like, I've texted you about it. I'm like, I'm trying to avoid saying certain things. Anyway,
yes.
How did the viewers grade it? They gave it a B.
All right.
So down to our poll question.
You're gonna split. We're splitting up Smack.
Poll question. Yeah, we're gonna split it because this is related to Raw.
Okay.
And it's your question, so go ahead.
Okay, so essentially, Sasha's tapped out Natalya.
Right.
With that said, is Ronda Rousey still undefeated, or is she now has a loss in her record?
I said she has a loss. When it happened, I texted Undisputed, and I was like, "Yo, Ronda got her first," because they wasn't watching. They're boycotting this right now. I'm like, yo, Ronda just got her first loss. That's very exactly. I'm like, yo, Ronda got her first loss.
Yeah.
I'm like, Natalya tapped, but that's her loss on Raw.
Right.
And it's like, yo, finally, like, that's fine. Like, it's fine it's happened that way. It's protected loss.
Yeah.
It's still a loss.
Exactly. It's a protected loss.
But
exactly.
It's still a loss.
It's still a loss. And then, go ahead.
And then I saw your tweet.
That went viral, by the way.
Yeah, it did. And we'll show it right here.
Wow, we're going to show my tweet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like...
Kind of like what WWE does when they take different tweets and, like, post it.
So, like, and I see people responding to your tweet. And I'm like, your logic doesn't make sense.
At all.
And then I gave them a perfect example. When Asuka was in the Mixed Match Challenge with Miz, this is why it was a big emphasis that Miz don't lose. Because it's going to count towards Asuka's undefeated streak. If Miz lose, Asuka's no longer undefeated.
Yeah, and then some guy tried to tell you, oh, well, I don't think they're important.
It's as important.
But it's the whole point that that's the reason why she didn't lose, because it was all about the streak.
And even when they had Mixed Match Challenge on Raw where it didn't count towards the tournament, it was the same emphasis.
Yeah.
Miz, don't lose this for me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Asuka's
she was like, my streak.
Yeah.
People don't, so the rules doesn't change just because it's Ronda Rousey.
Right.
Right? And I said this to all the people that were responding the week before when Sasha and Ronda teamed up with each other and Sasha got the win again.
Right. It was Ronda and Sasha that got the win.
I'm pretty sure the WWE tweeted out Sasha and Ronda Rousey gets the win.
Right.
It wasn't, Sasha got the win. No, it doesn't work like that. And then some cornball was like, oh, okay, Skip Bayless. When I said how you have the audacity to have a picture of Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal in your Ivy. Like, you know about team sports, right? If you're on a team, just because one player might cost the team, that doesn't mean that one player just loses.
But that was your loss.
It's the whole team that
right.
loses. So how you figure that Ronda Rousey doesn't get a loss? She got a loss. I didn't say she got tapped. I didn't say she was pinned. I didn't say she was going to lose at Royal Rumble. I think we all aware that her singles record is intact, but she has a loss. And other sites, wrestling sites,
says the same thing.
50-1. She is 50-1. Period. It's,
right.
And then people try to say, "Oh, you haven't been watching." My guy, I've been watching, and just because I'm a woman, don't play that sexist stuff or whatever. I've been watching wrestling since I was 7, 8.
This is Jenna's rant. Go ahead, continue.
So what we have Jenna's rant, and then you have, what was it last week?
Was it
Blues message?
Yeah. Blues corner. What was it?
Something like that. But yeah, don't tell me how long I've been watching wrestling. Like, when did the rules change? That's if you didn't get tapped, you don't lose. If you're a tag team champion and your partner gets pinned, do you not lose the titles? Like,
nah, this is mine. B, you lost your part.
Right.
He my teammate.
Right.
Now. Let's go.
I got the pin, so I'm gonna hold the titles. Like, how does that work? It's kind of like how Daniel Bryan and Kane, right, when they were together, and I forgot who got. I think it was who pinned. I think who was it? They faced Kofi and R-Truth.
Right.
We had posted this. I forgot whoever got the win, but one was like, "Oh, I'm the tag team champion," and they were like, "No, I'm the tag," because one would feel like, "Oh, since I got the pin, it's mine," right? But it doesn't work like that. You're both champions, and if you lose, you both lose. Period. Like, don't make it's okay to not have an undefeated streak, like, and that's why I said, don't let the WWE hide that fact, because as soon as Sasha and Bayley won, they said Sasha tapped Natalya. Ronda wasn't mentioned.
Of course they're gonna protect her. They're gonna try to. That's their money, girl.
Come on, and then I asked my coworker, I'm like, his opinion. He almost said the same thing in regards to, yeah, no, she's still undefeated until I broke it down, right? And he's like, yeah, no, you're right. Like, I don't know how people can think that you escape a loss, right?
Right. Well, the people said 50-50 on our poll.
I tell you, people, y'all protecting Ronda, man. She got a loss. That's it. She's 50-1. It happens. We know she's gonna win on Sunday.
Allegedly, maybe, unless my theory comes through.
But we're well aware her singles record is intact.
Right.
But she does not have a perfect record in the WWE. If you're gonna count her tag team wins that she didn't have anything to do with,
you gotta count the losses.
You gotta count the losses. It's no one way or whatever. So.
On to my show.
Jenna's rant.
This is Jenna's rant. Ladies and gentlemen,
Jenna's
this
rant.
was Jenna's rant.
Ah.
Smackdown Live.
Your
Kicked
show.
off with the man and Asuka. Now, this promo kind of made me mad.
Why?
Because I feel like WWE definitely kept the mic away from Asuka because of what happened last week, and people probably said on Twitter. And they just brought back to what I said last week. Like, stop acting like you don't understand the woman.
Yeah.
You know what she's saying. Like, and I just feel like it took away from the promo because after Charlotte talk, all Asuka did was attack Becky.
But I like that she attacked.
Yeah, no, I like that she attacked, but she never got a chance to say anything. It's just like, oh, she's justifying the wall until, okay, it's your turn. Go ahead, attack.
I didn't really see it that way. I saw it as. Go ahead.
To be honest, what did Charlotte have to do with that promo?
Some way, somehow, they gotta bring Charlotte in there.
Because they didn't want Asuka to talk. Like, that was the time for Asuka to talk, and they gave it to Charlotte. This is wide open.
Have that same energy with Miss Flair, but I thought it was cool. I didn't have an issue with it. For me, in regards to Asuka, I'm tired of talking or whatever, and you keep showing me up. Now it's time for me to kick your ass. That's what she does. She kicks ass.
Right.
Becky wound up standing tall. So
Asuka still tall too. She was held back a little bit.
Yeah, and then there was the whole backstage thing too. Becky beating her with a shoe. I was like, what is this? So, but I'm not something about this feud has fell short. Asuka and Becky. It just seems like it was put together. It's not. I'm excited to see it because I'm a big fan of Becky, but
it did better last week.
You think? I just think the feud has fallen short.
It's one of those things. Is like, again, this is one-off because it's the road to WrestleMania.
Yeah, but whereas Ronda and Sasha is hot, and we got how many weeks of it?
Yeah.
I tell you, the 4 Horsewomen
they're holding up the fort.
They really are. Now it's time for Bayley.
Yo, when Bayley has to turn, I'm pretty sure she'll do better than they did last time. That last time was rushed.
What do you mean?
When they gave her the title, and yeah, it was rushed.
Oh, I'm not even talking in regards to title wise.
No, I'm talking about like just in terms of like presenting her to the audience. Like she got bought on and she won the title like in 2 months.
Well, listen, and I know we're going off topic a little bit, but yeah, it's conversation. But I have faith in Bayley. I have faith that let her. Don't give her that cheesy stuff like they did a couple of years ago, and let her be just the passionate person who used to be a fan and now is a wrestler and living out her dream. Let her be passionate so we can feel that, because that's what it was when NXT. We could relate to her.
Right. She had to start all over and build her way back up to face Sasha,
and then
eventually
she became the top dog, right? Yep. So I have faith that Bayley will be the next one to kind of show up Ronda. Especially she was trolling when Ronda and Sasha went back on social media. There was one tweet post that she trolled, so I can see it in Bayley. But anyway, going back to SmackDown.
Vince McMahon comes out and calls out Styles and Bryan. No, this is to me pretty dope. This promo actually went viral.
Did it go viral?
Yeah.
We had a lot going on in regards to I was working out and we were doing the draft, so I caught a lot of it late.
Right.
And then I tried rewinding it again, and I still lost interest.
That's kind of why I missed some of the Asuka and I was thinking like, why did I miss Asuka's and Becky's brawl backstage? Because you mentioned, I'm like, they fought that backstage? Okay, I'm just gonna go along with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. I was doing a draft. We was doing a draft, and the thing that made viral was that when they was going there back and forth, Vince cut in and like, all right, enough talking. How about I just fight?
Yeah.
Like, yo, Bryan, get in the ring. But then Bryan attacked Vince.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
oh, see, I missed that.
No, he attacked Vince. He's like, you're like the parasite that stays backstage. Basically saying like you're one of those people that collect money and watch people do all the work, and you're and have the people focus on Instagram likes and comments, and he went off, and everybody was just like, So yeah, I'll show it to you after we go off the show. But yeah, he went at Vince and it went viral.
I thought when you said he attacked Vince, I was like, wait, he attacked him?
No, like he went
with his words.
Yeah, like he, like really called him out on like his position in the company and all that. So that's why I wanted to talk about it. The two brawled, of course. I'm excited to see them. Actually, they haven't had a bad match yet, but everybody knows how it's gonna go. But it was just that moment with him and Vince went viral because everybody's like, "Yo, if you want people to watch wrestling that doesn't watch wrestling, let them watch this real quick."
Yeah.
So, and then after that, we had Andrade versus Rey Mysterio in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yo, I can watch them feud for the whole year. I would not get tired of it.
The only thing is, I hope they don't WWE don't depend on this to happen every week now. Like, oh, we're gonna put them somehow, some way.
No, but I miss the old school feel of like a general feud just being built out, like maybe a month or two. You know what I mean? And just it's every week, one upping the other and what have you. And I would love to see after Royal Rumble, like when you think this is done with, which we know it's probably not.
Right.
Have Andrade attack Rey backstage. You know what I mean? Like this isn't over with, right? I could watch them too.
Yeah, their match was incredible. The match ended in a draw. Samoa Joe came out to make a statement for the Royal Rumble. And we had Randy come out.
Yeah, but
blah, blah, blah.
besides that ending
match was
amazing.
There was one spot they like I was in the groups,
I saw that it got
Facebook. He botched it a bit, but I'm like, even a botch looks dope. Like,
was it near like the rope?
Right when Ray jumped on the ropes, he was supposed to do something, and it just kind of fall down.
Like, wasn't he supposed to get like
I don't know
walk on the or something? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but it was just like
it was just dope. Like, yo, who's that? Wait, go back to it. Do it again.
The counters and just.
Yeah, those two is magic.
Yeah, I was surprised why Zelina was banned. I thought it was a little random.
Because she helped last week. She helped him win.
How though? She just got on the ropes.
She got on the ropes and distract Ray.
Yeah.
And then that's when Cien popped him and then
his name is not Cien anymore.
Andrade.
Yeah.
Popped him and then dropped him. So.
Yeah, but like she legit wasn't there though. Like she wasn't even there. So I wonder why that was written into the storyline. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, how did you rate SmackDown?
I rate SmackDown a B+.
Okay.
And you gave it a
B.
A-.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said?
Mm-hmm. I typed it as you said it.
Do I want to go back, rescind my grade?
Damn, you gonna drop it all the way down to a B though? Not even a B plus. The next grade.
Because the opening segment, it was okay.
Yeah, it was cool.
The main event was fire. Mustafa and Joe was cool.
Yep.
I wasn't engaged really with Vince, AJ, and Daniel Bryan, but maybe I have to watch it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it.
The only thing that really didn't stand out, like
then Shane the Miz, and who did he face?
Cesaro or Sheamus, one of them.
One of them, whatever. And then it was Naomi versus Mandy.
That was a letdown. It wasn't a letdown in terms of wrestling because honestly that match was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was very good. And then it made me see that Naomi has become a ring general because there was a spot that was missed and she called it on the fly and it worked perfectly fine. It was just that why did it happen on SmackDown?
Yeah,
why happen right now?
Yeah,
y'all could have just carried this on to after Royal Rumble and let this bloom out to what it needs to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit just because it was a cool show, needless to say. But like again, it was the same thing with Raw. There's just certain things that is just like, all right,
yeah,
what are we doing? What did the people?
The people gave it an A.
They're always more generous than us.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, anything for NXT 205?
I didn't see 205.
I didn't either. I knocked out, especially anytime I know you're doing notes.
Yeah, and I was finished putting together the whole, make sure the draft things was right.
Thank you, by the way.
No problem. It's very neat. Wait till you look at it. I would tell you to look at it now, but
I'll look at it later. I know you did a good job.
And then NXT, Velveteen Dream had his match with Fish. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
let's jump into hot topics.
Okay. Go ahead. Start it off.
So, more on the Reviver's release requests. Apparently, they became upset with WWE when an interview aired during their match.
Yeah.
Well, Dave Meltzer reported that that's not the case. It's more so that they wanted to talk with Vince before the match about the release, but they couldn't find Vince and Tripp. They was busy. So just waited after the match and then went straight to them and was like, because they're in Gorilla. Like, yeah, no, we went out. Yeah. Forgot to ask them. I'll just say it in a minute. WWE did deny them the request, and it's apparent that Dash Wilder trademarked #FTR on January 1st, so they own that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting moving forward. I know that there was last week we talked about Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis asking for Bennett. Last name was really Bennett.
Yeah.
Asked for the release. And then Maria went on Instagram to say that, they didn't ask for the release or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they did ask for the release. They just told them no. So just more like, all right, let's cover our tracks and,
So I find it interesting, though, because then we saw not only did the Revival have a championship match that they lost yet again.
Yep.
But they did have a segment with Vince McMahon. So they got more TV time than they actually have had. So
we're gonna have to jump around the hot topics a bit. Mm-hmm. This is part of keeping a house happy.
Yeah.
So again, according to Uncle Dave, WWE is planning to keep unhappy talent happy by giving them a push.
Such
as the Revival, such as Sasha Banks, such as Andrade. Because as everybody already know, the Revival's been teasing with the Young Bucks online. Sasha Banks is putting up posts, and you can tell she's not very happy in her position. And Andrade has been telling friends not to sign with WWE.
Right.
So it cost him a couple of signings already.
Yeah.
So it's just like, all right.
We saw, I don't know if you've really been following Sasha and Ronda's, like I said, war of words on social media, but remember I texted him, why did she
hashtag all in on one of her snaps, and she actually cursed in the comment, and it was just like.
You said one of her snaps.
No, she cursed in one of her comments, in the same comment.
Not only that, more than once too.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was going off.
She snapped. You meant? Gotcha.
Yeah, it was just like.
I was like, what?
So, and then.
I mean, we discussed this. It's just like, okay, and it's the same thing with Finn. Okay, you're gonna give him a push, but we all know that Finn is losing.
Right.
I know you have a theory, but ultimately,
the idea is Sasha's gonna lose.
Exactly. The Revival, they had their match and still lost. So, what is it? That's essentially insulting everybody's intelligence.
Right.
The people that we want to see that are constantly generating ratings and what have you for you, you're still not utilizing the way they should be. There's no reason why people, again, like Finn, Sasha, even the Revival, Yeah, the Revival, when they first got called up, they had unfortunate situations where there was just a couple of injuries that kind of held them back. But they're back.
Right.
Right?
Your tag team division altogether is garbage.
It's really weak.
And this boxing, one of the hot topics I said we're going to jump around, is like you told me earlier that there was reports that WWE talked to the tag team division and told them that they'll be getting more.
Yeah,
TV.
Dave Meltzer had mentioned that they plan on like revamping the Raw tag team division, so we'll see.
But I feel like it took you that though, like to see that people was actually trying to leave to go elsewhere.
I mean, I guess if a lot of people voice their concern and opinion, and you can eventually
that's what I meant.
Do what you have to do. So I mean, but we'll see.
To stay on topic of that, I forgot to put that in the topics, and I discussed it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Dolph Ziggler. It looks like he's on his way out because he done changed his name on Twitter and Instagram from like not the Twitter handles but the names. He put his actual name there. So it's like,
well, I know I read somewhere that he did, and I should have mentioned it to you, that he did a couple live events. He just hasn't been scheduled for like Raw, and also someone was saying something about his comedy thing that was taking off.
Right, and I'm sure he
might pursue that.
I'm sure he's going to pursue some of his comedy while he's off his contract, but it's not like he's not going to have time to do the way that AEW is scheduling the schedules, because also was like a red flag is that he got his own store with pro wrestling tees. It's like, really? So you got your own merch outside of...
Is Dolph really that funny?
Huh?
Is Dolph
I don't
funny?
know.
Oh,
I haven't really...
Oh, okay.
You know, it's not my
it's
crowd.
Still like it's no shade. I'm just...
No, it's not. No shade at all. It's just not my type of comedy.
Yeah.
Because I think I heard that he goes a little political sometimes.
Yeah, and he's... Anyway, go ahead.
But, so, just him having his own store outside of WWE shop is just like...
Yeah.
Oh, he's, teasing on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Jumping back to Matt Hardy has been cleared to return to the ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
So apparently he's not retired. He put it up on his Twitter. It's like, I am not retired and not going to be retired anytime soon. I've worked my off to rehabilitate. Rehabilitate and have physically been greenlit. My body's in the best shape it's been in years, and I'm the lightest I've been in 20 years.
Interesting.
So, Wookie Matt Hardy's back.
It wasn't a good run in WWE, though. Would you put the Hardys back? You think I think the Hardys need to go back together.
You think so? To help the tag team division?
Yeah. To help the tag team division and help each other. Because, like, it's like with Jeff, you see that we're going to do something with him. We don't. Then we do something with him. Yeah. So, I think... So, I think it's time to see Team Extreme get back together.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Apparently, the WWE Network messed up. During the ad, it listed Undertaker as a WWE Hall of Famer.
So we know who's going to the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, it's been rumored already that he's going to headline this year's Hall of Fame during Wrestlemania weekend. Looks like those rumors are true.
We're just not going to put The Rock in, huh?
They're waiting to go back to Miami. Probably next year. Since they talk about going to Miami next year for WrestleMania.
Yeah. I
can see them doing it there. Because they're going to you want to capitalize on that.
That's true. I'll be in full tears.
Like, you want to capitalize with... Yeah, if they do it in Miami and bring in Rock, it sells itself.
Yeah.
John Cena was apparently injured last week on Raw, and it's going to cost him the Royal Rumble.
So apparently this is all work, right?
Yeah.
He is not actually injured because he is going away to record or film another movie, aka Mr. Dwayne Johnson, huh?
He's on it.
He's on it.
He's a movie star now.
Yeah.
He said it's somebody else's time now. He said that.
Apparently, there was supposed to, we don't know how true this is, but it was supposed to be a program between Lars and him. Mm-hmm. So Lars was supposed to take out Cena, and that would be the way to write him off.
Right.
But John had to, I guess, improvise in regards to the injury. Yeah. Because apparently whatever is going on with Lars, we don't know how true that is.
Right.
Because Triple H touched on it in regards to the media call he had. And he said something along the lines of, He's fine, which we don't know if that's true or not.
You got to cover up something.
Some way, right? So, yeah, so that's the situation on that.
Aiden English has been added to 205 Live commentary team. I thought this was very random.
Random and That kind of sucks.
Right, like, all right, you're done wrestling, guy. Behind the table. You're not injured or anything. We just need you back here. Like,
that kind of sucks.
I kind of want to listen to see how he is on commentary, cause
he's good on the mic.
Yeah, but commentary is something totally different. So.
Yeah, but that sucks that if you're passionate about wrestling,
right.
you're telling me then just release me.
Right, but they don't want to release nobody right now. You guys gotta find another role.
Anyway.
So that's why with Dolph, they offered him a producer role. They didn't want him to wrestle anymore. They offered him a producer role. He's like, what?
Yeah.
Nah. Like, how you gonna retire me? Like.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. What's next?
XFL negotiating with ESPN and Fox. If ESPN gets the rights of broadcasting, XFL will also air on ABC. SmackDown is set to air on Fox, so that looks like a possibility. They should be coming into terms by next week. You should know which one.
So. This is what you wanted to get into about Ronda Rousey.
Right. Ronda Rousey appeared on Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls. You ever seen that?
I always see the little ads for it or the little.
So you know what it is?
Yeah.
So for people that don't know what it is, it's like Kevin Hart interview athletes, movies mainly. They sit in a big tub of ice and discuss stuff. She revealed that growing up she had a speech issue, public speaking issue that she had to, find ways to deal with. And that's why I was like, maybe that's one of the things that makes her promo sometimes on and off. It's something that she's still growing with. I'm like, okay.
Okay, and I'm not trying to sound like a jerk or anything like that, but then that's the whole point again.
Of NXT?
Exactly. You can't, if it was anybody else that said this story, would we let it slide? Would we still push them? No. Right?
No, I'm not saying still push
I'm not saying you.
No,
I'm just saying in general. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, that was you were younger, and now you're here, and I'm assuming you've overcome that, right?
No, I think it's like one of those things that's like still lingering.
It still lingers, and I get that we're not perfect. Like, we do this podcast, right. We stutter or what have you, so I get it. But again, especially if you've been given this role, especially to lead and be the top whatever in the division, then there's many resources that you have, especially in the WWE, to correct that. Like, I remember when I was listening to, like, for example, Zelina Vega's podcast with Lillian Garcia, Chasing Glory, and she mentioned how, she like I'm Puerto Rican, right? Like, Spanish wasn't taught right in the household, so her Spanish wasn't strong. So WWE sent her to like work on her Spanish, because then it ultimately to work with Andrade, and Andrade helped her. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So now she's able to converse, or at least do promos Spanish and English, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have ultimate resources and what have you. I there's no excuse to have 1 minute you're here and 1 minute you're there, like, because ultimately all superstars had like issues, right? I've heard Sasha said that at first she didn't like doing promos, or even Bliss, and when she found her, like, just everyone comes into their own, right? We can't use that necessarily as excuses, especially if you're in this industry. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Another rant. Sorry, I'm joking. No, but like, again,
and that was Jenna's rant.
I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, for me, it's more understandable if it was anybody that had promo issues. Yeah, not just because it's Ronda, because I don't. It's Ronda. Yeah. But if it was anybody that said, I'm like, okay, I'm more sympathetic towards, like, all right, I get it. Sometimes the brain just doesn't give you that ability.
And I get it, like, because when we do it, when we do this, right? I'm not. No one says we're perfect,
right?
But.
Okay, and adding on to that, her goals in WWE, she said the goal is not to be champion. Roddy Piper's son told her that belts don't matter. It's about stories and storytelling. I really want the WWE and women's division to be better off because I was there. I want to be a catalyst and push everything forward and want people to thank me for being
there. What?
When I heard her say that, I was like,
wow. I don't know if that might rub people the wrong way.
Might. Yeah. Belts don't matter. Thank me later.
Never mind about the belts thing, because ultimately you don't have to have the belt to be whatever, but thank me later. No, you should be thanking the women that are currently here now.
Like, it's just, even with the belts thing, it's just like you're breaking that wall on another show. Like, people don't even touch like that. Like, you do wrestling moves with people, but you're like, belts don't, what? So what do you what?
And then so essentially, what you're saying, what these women have accomplished in the last couple of years, everything that they did, you're the one that put the women's division to where it needs to be, and that's all you care about is being thanked later. I tell you, WWE pushing like the wrong people, and I'm not knocking Ronda specifically because I give her credit. She steps it up. She's big match Ron. She'll have really
Big
good,
match Ron. That's what we doing. That's what we doing up here.
Big match Ronnie, right?
That's what we doing up here.
When she has a pay-per-view match, she always steps it up, and then from time to time, she'll have a pretty decent promo. But again, it's someone like that you question their passion and their desire for the industry.
Thank me later.
Thank me later.
She Drake out here. Triple H has been cleared to train. Says they're keeping their eyes on AEW. It is not their main focus, and they're keeping their eyes on all competing promotions. Sure. All right. We talked about the Raw tag team already.
This is what he mentioned all this in the media call thing.
I want to find out how to get on one of those. I got questions.
All right.
We need to figure that out. I want to ask Triple H some questions.
All right. Brie Bella talks about her depression after injuring Liv Morgan. She said, I've been wrestling for 12 years, and one of my major mistakes in the ring I get judged harshly on. We're not perfect. No one's perfect in the ring. But for some reason, I was like showcased in such a way of like the evil person, and look what she's done. And I got bullied really bad. I wanted to run into a cave, and you'll see. She's talking about Untitled Divas. Oh, I don't think people have ever seen me break down as bad as they will during the whole Liv situation. Now this I have some sympathy for.
Yeah, she got it hard.
She got it hard, and I don't think we were brutal in a sense. Well, you were a little bit more harsh.
But then the next week, I don't know if I stood on the show, but as the week went on, I'm like, all right, they going a little too far with this.
Yeah, and that's why I was showing my support for the Bella Twins because she's right. Ultimately, everyone botches and everyone gets hurt. Daniel Bryan has mentioned how he suffered a concussion. I forgot who concussed him, but it's just the name of the game, unfortunately.
Right. He told a story about how he lost a hearing in his left ear this past week.
Yeah, who was it?
Hideo Itami.
Exactly. So you know what I mean? It happens,
right?
Unfortunately.
I thought it was very random for him to show support to who was it? Davari or something like that. I forgot who it was.
Anyway, but the whole point is like. That's why I cut her some slack. It happens. It is what it is. But it's just ultimately you have to be more careful. Yeah. And that's not for her. That's just everybody.
And then you picked up the story about Finn Balor, right?
Yes. Finn was interviewed. What was it? You didn't put it here. TV Insider. And they asked what's his relationship like with Vince McMahon. And he said, I got to be honest. I'm not sure what my relationship is with Vince McMahon. I'm not sure if he believes in me or not. He can be a man of few words. When I show up to work, I find out what I need to do and go and handle my business in the ring. That's kind of how I've handled my career for the last 18 years. I'm not the type of guy who is going to be knocking on the door trying to pitch storylines and work inside angles. I'm going to leave it at that. But I find that pretty interesting that he doesn't call his own like number, you know what I mean? Right. Which I think he should. I think he should be more assertive in that sense. Because there's no reason why someone of that caliber should not have at least had a couple of titles already.
Yeah, I think he's more so. He's very humbled in the sense.
Doesn't mean that you.
I know. I just feel like I'm saying like I'm saying from, like the way you look at it.
Yeah.
From hearing that, it's more like I feel like he's saying like I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
And that's what gets you in trouble sometimes.
Yeah.
That you think John Cena was just happy to be there? You think Triple H was just happy to click?
Yeah.
You know, we could go names for days. Like, you think they were just happy? If they didn't do what they did, there would be no impact that they had.
People take kindness and like meekness for weakness, and I feel like you have to. Guys like him need to be assertive to get what they want and say, listen, I need to do this. I need to show me, because ultimately I would think that's what Vince wants. He wants to see who's gonna grab the brass rings and run with it, right? So that I didn't necessarily care for that in regards to Finn.
I didn't come up with a question for tonight.
Wow.
I didn't. I can't think of that because nothing really happened this week. It was one of those.
So what? All right. So let's something about Royal Rumble. Like what do you expect in regards to Royal Rumble? Do you expect to see new storylines progress? Like, what is it that you want to see and expect to see from Royal Rumble?
I expect to see Sasha Banks win the title through my theory.
Oh, gosh.
Like, my theory makes sense. And
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
With them to listen to my storyline. It would help you in the long run.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense.
Trust me. This could all end at SummerSlam, and you can focus on SmackDown with Ronda all you want.
But how does it help in the long run just to play devil's advocate?
Because
for the whole 4 horsewomen thing?
Yes.
But now if Sasha wins the women's title, she can't go to SmackDown.
Sasha doesn't need to go to SmackDown.
Why shouldn't she go to SmackDown if she's a new
This is why Ronda's going to win the Royal Rumble, so she could go to SmackDown. And then, so she could challenge for the title. And then when the superstar shakeup happened, bring some of those girls over to bring something new for Sasha on Raw, whatever the case may be.
Vince.
Like,
Hunter, listen to this man, please.
Like, this is the way you get Ronda to SmackDown and ready for Fox.
Okay.
This is why and if you notice, they released the list of women that's going to be in the Royal Rumble. There's only 23 women up there. So it means they get 7 slots open. One of the slots got to be for somebody like if Becky loses or if Ronda loses for them to jump in that slot.
Right.
They're not going to have 7 people from the past pop in.
Why not?
We did this last year.
But they do that every year with the men.
No, they don't have 7 spots for people to pop in. It'd be like 3. If that.
What about NXT? You have the NXT girls.
That's what I'm saying. Well, okay, get them 2. They do 2 anyway. They do 1 or 2 from NXT. So you still have.
You might see Kyrie. You're gonna see Shayna.
They give them 2, right? So you have 25. So now you have 5 more.
You might see Io Shirai.
They're gonna pick 2 people from NXT.
Maybe if that.
2. Yeah, because that's what they've been doing. If that. Last year was what? It was Adam Cole and. That was it, I think, from, you know what I'm saying?
Blue, you are stressing me out. You would have had me at Chase Field.
No. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up if you're listening to this. Don't get your hopes up. I'm just saying, this is what I would do. You ask me what I do, this is what I would do. This is the perfect opportunity.
You were going to have me at Chase Field.
To have this 4 horsewomen thing come to a close. You have Ronda on SmackDown like you need. Let her move on, because what else can she do on Raw after this? Honestly.
Okay, so now who does... If we went with your theory,
this is Royal Rumble what ifs. This is
what ifs. This
is not a
theories,
big question.
Hypothetically speaking,
conspiracy theories.
Sasha wins the title. Who does she face?
Now she has time to face Nia. She has time to face
Nia.
She still have people on Raw to face for the title.
Who though? You have. What I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying, but now you can't have some weak opponent face Sasha. You have to have someone that
until the superstar shakeup happened.
No, but for Mania.
That's after Mania. It's 2 months.
So if Sasha, when is Sasha gonna have the title till?
To whenever they feel like, you know.
But no, you're booking this. You're part of creative.
All right.
You
right
already
now,
said this.
After you happen with WrestleMania, you have your little battle royal thing. What happened? Have Lacey Evans come out on top and see what they could do with.
No, that's too quick.
No, but this is the thing. Make it like into like a gauntlet match or.
Nah, you have to. I'm all for Sasha winning. I'm all for Ronda going to SmackDown, especially.
Actually, no. I changed my mind. After she wins the title, let her and Bayley focus on the tag team titles. Get ready for Elimination Chamber. Tease the idea of her holding 2 titles, right? Elimination Chamber happen. It doesn't go through. Let the Riot Squad win the title. Now you have a month to WrestleMania to figure out who she's going to wrestle at WrestleMania.
But who though? You can't.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
I just got through Elimination Chamber.
Go ahead, go.
Right?
Because everything happens at Elimination Chamber in regards to the other title that hasn't been set for WrestleMania.
Right.
So.
Now, after that happened, have Bayley so how about you give me a shot as your best friend? Right?
So you're going to start the Sasha and Bayley feud?
Teasing it.
Okay.
Because we need her for the 4 horsewomen thing.
That's what I was saying.
No, we teasing it.
Okay.
So then, of course, Banks going to be like, all right, you're my best friend. I'll give you the title shot. But then when the McMahons come, like, you just can't hand out title shots because they're your friend. They got to earn it. Right?
Okay.
Now you have Bayley.
Okay.
Versus, you could pick a lot of your heels. You could pick Dana Brooke, who hasn't had a shot in a while. You could have Alicia Fox. You could have Mickie James. You have choices.
Okay.
Whoever you choose, have them beat Bayley.
I'm with you, but you're falling short with
who
Sasha's facing
at WrestleMania.
At Mania. If we're gonna click on all these cylinders, and Vince said, you know what, we're gonna go that way.
If it's Vince call, it's gonna be Bliss versus Sasha at Mania.
Oh my goodness!
But Bink's gonna come out on top because you need her strong for 4 Horsewomen.
Oh my God! It's like a never-ending nightmare.
but this is gonna happen though. Like, that's what's gonna bound to happen. She just got cleared. You know what I'm saying? This is her time.
It looks like they're gonna have Lacey and Bliss go against each other.
I don't know. I think it was just a Rumble thing, and everybody knows the history between Bliss and Sasha. So
Sasha don't want to face her anymore.
I know she doesn't. Well,
it's not her call.
But yeah, so that's how I see it. And then after WrestleMania, no, that's what it was. Have one of the 4 Horsewomen come up. Let Shayna come up and challenge.
At Mania.
At Mania. Let her be the surprise and challenge, and that's gonna create because you'll put 2.
But how do you bring her up and surprise randomly, and then she?
How did Paige just come up randomly?
Okay. Yeah, but that was after Mania.
But still, it's like if they want to do it after Rumble, like yo, you beat my girl, like you have ways because Shayna's gonna lose.
Well, we're discussing all of this, and ultimately, it's
like it can happen.
Everything is
because what did you want is 2 Horsewomen on each show from each stable. You have Shayna and one of the girls pop up as her bodyguard or whatever, the tall one. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So okay, where does Charlotte fit into all of this?
Charlotte, on the other hand, on SmackDown.
Yeah, because now you said Ronda's gonna appear out of nowhere, win the Royal Rumble,
challenge Becky.
So Becky's gonna win the SmackDown. Where does Charlotte come into play?
Charlotte's gonna weasel her way in by saying, "Yo, Ronda, you never beat me anyway, right? Put your spot on the line."
Technically, she did when she got disqualified. But
put your spot on the line. If I beat you, I'll go face Becky.
Yeah, but then you're gonna have Ronda and Charlotte face on each other on free TV.
Sure, at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, but now they are on different brands.
No, because she picked Becky.
Yeah, okay.
So she's going to SmackDown. So it's like, yo, put your spot on the line.
Okay. I don't have any predictions.
And then disqualification.
We'll see. On that note, I don't have.
We can go days with this. It's conspiracy theories.
Clearly,
that's gonna be my next show. Conspiracy theories of WWE.
Conspiracy theories with Blue. You have to have like the X-Files music. Anyway, but I have nothing for that. I'm not gonna give my opinion because you have my mind completely
blown.
No, not blown. Just
great idea, right? Vince, listen to me.
It could be a great idea if it's ironed out a little bit more.
Of course, you try to put me on the spot. Let me get. I'll press it down.
If you can find a viable partner for Sasha, not partner, but opponent.
Shayna.
All right. Anyway, that is our show.
Yeah. If you haven't already, please click on the links in our bios at The Mixed Tag Show or on our personals at
Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE.
Or at Blue Magic Grind, spelled how it sound. Or in the descriptions in the YouTube. Make sure you click on the link for our WWE shop, for our On It, codename TMTS. And also on our Collar and Elbow, codename TMTS.
Yes.
And that's it. On that note,
catch me in Phoenix shirt.
Yeah, if you see Jenna out there, take some pictures with her, tag us.
Whoa.
We'll repost some.
Wow, yeah.
You catch. Try to get out.
Get out there.
We're like at 1,700 on Instagram. I'm
trying to get to 2,000 by Monday.
Yes,
follow us because we're almost at 2,000. We have to do a giveaway, sir. We have not done a giveaway. We keep saying that we have the whole Patreon thing.
The Patreon thing is on hold. You know why? This is out of our control.
I don't remember why, but we'll discuss it later. Anyway, that is our show.
Contest is on you whenever you're ready. That's your department.
Don't talk to me that way. And on that note,
I bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night.
It's the Mixed Tag Show.
Mixed Tag Show
with Jenna and Blue.
blue.
Damn.
Hey, did you like this episode? Like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends. And don't forget to follow us on our social media pages at The Mixed Hat Show.